So guys, today we are at RAF Upwood. Please don't forget to follow my social media and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. But anyway, like I say, we're at RAF Upwood, which is based in Cambridgeshire within the UK. And I just want to give you a bit of history about RAF Upwood and why it's such a cool place to go to. This site is being demolished within 6 months, guys, so this is probably going to be one of the last videos I ever do of Upwood. I find it a really cool place to do photo shoots and this, that and the other, but it is being demolished, guys, so I thought I'd give you a quick insight. So anyway, the history of Upwood. So it's adjacent to the village of Upwood, which, like I say, is based in Cambridge. And it first became used in 1916 for an aeroplane landing ground, and that's when the RFC, the Royal Flying Corps, established it as a training station for night flying. So there were a few huts and aeroplane sheds, but that was all very quickly removed when the RAF left the site in 1919. Although this wasn't the last of Upwood being used by the RAF, in 1935 to 1936 it was made into a permanent RAF station, and that's when it got the name of Upwood. So post-war, it was reverted into a bomber command in July of 1946 with Lancasters of several different squadrons, including Squadron number 7, Squadron number 49, number 148 and 214. But they were all equipped with Lincolns in 1949. However, between 1954 and 1956, the Lincolns departed and their squadrons were disbanded and were replaced by 4 Canberra squadrons. The Canberras endured until the end of the decade, but they were gone by late 1961. By late 1960, Upwood ceased to be occupied by flying units and instead became an RAF ground station, but the following decade it was taken over by the USAF as a supported base for Alconbury. For several years it housed USAF, NCO, college and hospital units until the former facility was wound up in 1995. The clinical hospital remains, but the rest of the station is being sold for housing and light industry. So basically, in the 60s, it sort of was ceased to be a flying unit and was taken over by the USAF and was made into a college and hospital facility, but this unfortunately disbanded again in 1995, so a year before I was born, guys, and it's now just a derelict building. But like it says here, it is being sold off. I know the owner very, very well, and he is demolishing the entire site within 6 months from when this video goes up, guys. So RAF Upwood during World War I. The year the station opened, it was initially called Bury, which is a village near Ramsey, which is where this building is, or this site is, should I say. And there were no permanent flying units. Instead, there was number 75 Squadron flying BE.2 aircraft to the site, and that was it for World War I. There wasn't much else. During World War II, there was an expansion program, and it was in dire need of revamping. So they had various areas resurfaced, and permanent buildings were built on the site. Now, these buildings were in the southwest corner adjacent to the village of Bury, and then they had 3 Type C hangars built sort of to the west side of the lot. The original bombing store was on the northwest side of the landing area, and the new station was designed to accommodate 2 medium bomber squadrons with room for a 3rd if necessary. In 1937, the first flying unit arrived, which was the form of Squadron Number 52, the Flying Hawker Hinds, and this unit was joined in 1937 by Squadron Number 63 and its Hawker Audaxes. During their time, 52 and 63 became training units and took on both Ferry Battle and Avro Anson aircraft. In 1939, the 2 squadrons were reassigned to other areas. During World War II, Number 90 Squadron spent most of its time in air-to-air firing and bombing practice at Upwood, and they were joined in 1940 by a medium bomber unit Number 35 Squadron. Both squadrons were not destined to see the frontline combat, and in 1940 as well they were merged into the new Number 17 Operational Training Unit and tasked with training air crews. So overall, Upwood was a training facility rather than an active facility.